Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what will be the final set of the round of 8 here. Going to be Palm and Cheap versus MmmVenision and Longhander, and Knight Noble is going to co-cast with us here shortly. But we are gonna take a quick look at the Civ bands and stuff while he gets set up. Knight, you have to let me know when you are available. Never mind, you're here now. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
How are you?
Good, good. Ready to get this underway. How about yourself?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, you gotta download the games.
I will be downloading them now.
Very well, very well.
Palm
In the
sheep.
meanwhile,
I'm rooting for Palm here.
fair enough. In the meantime, guys, we do have the Civ bands here. Palm and Cheap banned Khmer and Britons, and MmmVenision and Longhander, they banned Huns and Saracens. So,
Okay, I agree with the bans from Palm and Cheap. Khmer and Britons are very strong civs.
yeah, I don't mind any of these bans, honestly. Saracens are pretty powerful nowadays. Huns also very great civ, especially if we see a few maps that come into mind. But we'll see what we see here. I can tell you, looking at the Civ matchup right now for game number 1 is going to be quite interesting, guys. We're going to have Longhander with the Persians, MmmVenision with the Cumans. I'll be at 5 seconds, by the way, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
And then we're going to have Cheap with Mayans and Palm with Franks. So it's going to be very interesting how this works out here. Interesting to see what happens with the Cumans play, honestly.
Arabia.
Oh yes, Arabia. Game.
This would be a little bit safer map for that.
Yeah, but with this new generation of Arabia, it's going to be a
Still
little more
rough,
difficult than previously. So,
but there's no mid control or anything like that. So if they can get it off, it will be a great assist. But let's see if they mix it up instead of just going straight for the TC. You know.
absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna load up game 1 here.
Yep. Not a problem. I'm gonna take away the screen here. Let's shut the scoreboard up. There we go. Palm, what's up? Welcome, welcome.
I'll pause at 5 seconds.
Yep. Ready?
Almost, it's loading a bit. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
Give me a moment.
Yeah. Palm, we're
Alright,
about to
I'm all
cast your
set.
set. Alright, ready, set, go. So, what do you think about this matchup here? I really like the choices from Palm and Cheap here. I think Franks are probably my favorite Arabia Civ for 2v2. Just such good eco. Such good,
Yep.
Knight. Stable units have the extra, HP. They don't have to invest into anything else. I definitely think they're a really solid Civ for Arabia. And then
Yep,
mines are kind of a favorite, so...
Yeah, well, recently mines hasn't been picked as much as Aztecs, but I still think they're a really good civ. Really great for Arabia, and yeah, their archer play is really strong.
Yeah, I would
Having
agree.
the faster produced or the cheaper archer units, so all good there. Now we got Cumans and Persians from the other team here. Now I could see probably double scouts here potentially. They're seeing 7 on. Okay, he's sending the other belt to wood now. Okay, but yeah, venison here is Cumans. and Longhander here as Persians.
Yeah, I don't really like this combination, to be honest. I'm not a big fan.
They have a glaring archer weakness,
They do indeed.
as Kipchak tend to struggle against heavy archers, or heavy archer civs. And I don't know, I'm not agreeing with this lore from Sheep here. It's a little idle time, okay, but he's getting 2 vills on the cow and other 6 on the boar. That's good. He should send the next 3 bills up to wood, and it should be all set here.
Yeah, I think it's just, it's a little awkward for him. I think he brought it in a little sooner than he needed to, but, I mean, it's not, like you said, he's taking it, so he's not losing many resources there. And potentially he thought maybe he was going to be lamed. I mean, hey, he wanted to bring it in a little bit sooner. But, I mean,
We're
still,
seeing everyone getting their boars in right now.
yeah, it still should work out just fine for him. I don't think he's going to have any issues continuing to produce or anything because of that. I'm really curious
made
to
a
see...
little.
Good.
Longhander made a little bit of mistake here, accidentally having one of his bills go in, get one of the sheep by accident. He's gonna have to get another bill to get that food because you don't want it to sit there and waste away.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really interesting though with this Venison's map here. I mean, where is he going to place this other TC? He's so open on the one side there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, he is putting houses up pretty far up, so I'm guessing he's going to attempt to wall this up a bit, but...
I think he could probably get off 1 2C in the back, because he has a safe gold and a safe wood line in the back, so I think he might be getting that one up there if he's going for a second TC.
Yeah, potentially. I just think he's going to be under so much pressure, and Mayan archers, you know, being as cheap as they are, could do quite a bit of damage to him, I think. His wood lines are all rangeable for the most part, I think, from just, you know, an archer. I mean, the forest to the right here, the 2 clumps, obviously, are a little bit wider. The other ones are quite thin, so it could
Palm,
become
you
a
cannot
potential
leave
issue.
30 food running away from that boar. To send the bill to get that, well, I guess he won't, so that will go bye-bye. But, hopefully it won't. It shouldn't matter too much. I mean, 30 food gone. And it looks like Palm is already pointing out where he found his opponent. He's already found Longhander. Let's see his point of view.
Yeah,
yep, he's already found him.
Very much looking like we have a misclick here, though. We have 8 villagers for Longhander. Actually, 11 villagers not doing anything at the moment.
Oh no.
I don't know what happened here, if he double-clicked or something, but that is quite unfortunate for him. I mean... Or actually... Is he going for the douche?
What is he doing here with
yeah,
those bills? Is Persian douche?
He is going to go for the douche, it looks like.
Oh man, that could be tricky here. And Palm sees it, so he knows it's gonna be. It might be coming to cheap.
Yeah, I feel like this is a really big mistake, though. He's going to have to walk so far across the map, and...
Yeah, honestly, you should play standard here. This is gonna be a lot of idle time. They're sending the scouts out to try to harass that right now, but Venison Scout is already harassing Cheap Scout.
Yeah, I just don't like
do
this
anything
play,
with that.
even having the Kuman teammate, you would want to try to protect the Kuman teammate, I think. Not leave him vulnerable. I mean, I guess this leaves him completely open to boom, but he's still going to be able to be hit by Palm over here.
So why pressure the Archer player? Why pressure the Mayan player? Do you think he's going to be a big threat? I mean, you already get the +2 against Archers, so your Scout should be able to do fine against them. And going skirms in Feudal Age isn't a bad idea either to deal with it, but Persian Deuce for the answer? I don't think that's a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of it at all. I don't think that douching at this stage in the game is worthwhile. I mean, they did see it coming, and they're not going to be worried about it. I mean, he will be up to Feudal Age soon. This causes so much idle time. They know they have a huge advantage now. It's just, the walls for Venison are coming up, but they're not up yet.
And look at Longhander's area. He hasn't walled up his woodline, hasn't walled up his berries. He's vulnerable.
He's got 9 bills
Palm
that could go down
is
to
up
scouts.
right now. Oh, but those bills go down, it's over. Here, I was hoping we would actually see some standard play. Alright, that TC will go down from the Lion player. I
I
think he
think
should
he'll
just
repair.
get up the res. Just get up the res and just go put a TC somewhere else.
I think he'll repair and he'll just get the range upgrades in feudal,
Yep.
and then
Honestly,
he should
I
be
could
fine.
see I could see an archer range coming from Palm. If he gets like scouts and archers out and just kills all the bells here, then it's over for Longhander. Or
Yeah,
even Skirms too.
I do not like Palm's decision to wall up here. I think he knows his opponents are Kumans and a Persian douche is going on. I don't think he needs to waste any resources right now.
Speaking about our
Walling,
Kuman
but
player, he's just walling right now, no military out. So I think
yeah.
he is going to go for the second TC.
Yeah, I think they're going to be very behind though. The douche is a fun strat, but I mean, it doesn't really do you much good. I mean, it causes some chaos, but in a 2v2 you leave one player completely open to boom then.
Yep. Now, in palm position here, when he's trying to raven scouts, I would get a archer range out, get some skirms out, and start killing the bells here. Force them to leave, you know? But I think he doesn't want to. I think he's just going to decide that I can't do any damage to him. I'm just going to go to Venison instead. Venison is getting his TC up right now. Speaking of action here, oh man, Longhander is using his vills to fight cheap spells, and he is pushing them out.
I mean, he is, but he can just run with those. He's producing vills right now, which is great. He's actually going to be able to surpass cheap in the villager count.
And Palm is sending his scouts over to cheap here. I think 4 scouts is enough just to, well, I mean, just to harass, which they should be able to do a good job.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, they could definitely take care of these vills that are up here, or at least, you know, make them run back. And Longhander's not really fighting with them accurately enough. He's killed one vill and then he's killed another, but he's starting to pay attention to him now. But there for a minute, he was back at his base. Looks like he did get some walls up.
Well, right now they're just trading out vills. And it looks like cheap might lose another, and so will Longhander.
Yeah, I think that it's a brutal fight for both sides here.
Yeah.
Archers
The
are
scouts
coming
come in,
out.
then the scouts come in, and then they'll ruin everything here.
Yeah, I like the TC position Cheap has chosen. It's really good on the woodline and on the gold.
Oh yeah, right there. That's a good spot, but I don't know if I like the archer range being so close there. I
Yeah,
guess
it's
it's
not my
fine.
favorite, but again, he knows he's going to be ahead here. You know, they're up at completely up another age. Longhander's at this rate forever Dark Age.
Yep.
And even with a Kuman player booming, you're going to have 2v1, and I don't think that is going to do the Kuman player any good. I mean, will he even get to, you know, his production of Kipchucks, which I assume is what the route he's headed. You know, a lot of scouts killing a bunch of vills here as well.
Yep, 3 bills down from Longhander. It's looking like disaster already.
Yep, it's not pretty. I mean, Venison is getting away with a free boom because of this, and Palm's not going to be able to do anything with just the scouts right now. I do think what you said, getting the archer or a few archers over against Longhander's vills that were left behind would be quite a good play at this point. But nonetheless, I think that Palm should be fine enough to just carry through with this eco. I mean, he's got tons of farms coming up. He's got good res count. He's almost able to click up to castle here. 16 farms that have upgrades. Should be able to do just fine.
And let's see here. Looks like Palm's on his way to castle. How about that?
Yep, and he'll be able to do quite a bit of damage in Castle Age. I don't think he's gonna ever have to worry about being touched, which is why I don't like this big investment into walls. 58 palisade walls. That is that is actually it's more than 58. It's 60. But that is a lot of palisade walls. I mean, and he's never
he's not gonna be able to repair it too, or even cover it. The scouts will eventually get in.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever see enemy military in his base. I mean, Venison is going to be going for Kipchucks, most likely. I mean, he may switch into Nightline.
Archers with ballistics are going to be able to counter this Kipchuck.
Yeah, I mean, I can see him being safe. Like, it makes sense. The play makes sense. The Persian douche here does not. I mean, he did get rid of Cheap's TC, but he's a full age behind now. Cheap is still down a few vills, but he's booming. He's making archers of his own. And before long, we're going to have a 2v1 against Venison here.
Because right now, it's just kind of a 1v1 where they're just kind of booming. Okay, stable down from Venison here, but I don't know, he's invested a lot of wood into this. I guess he feels okay with it because he has 2 TCs and he's booming on that, but I feel like he needs to take off a few vills off wood and send them to gold if he wants to do any kind of knight production or any camel knight production here. He also needs to convert some of them to farmers too.
Yeah, I mean,
2 vills on gold is not enough for any kind of long-term knight production.
His eco does seem to be pretty imbalanced at the moment. I mean, you do not need the equal number of lumberjacks as you have farmers. You will be just fine with a few less lumberjacks here. I mean, he is hopefully going to balance that out here shortly.
Will he overchop here and then Palm could get in?
That's also a possibility. I mean, Palm is only going 2 stable knights right now. He's getting upgrades behind this. So he's going to have a very nice military presence very soon.
Yep. And it looks like Longhander's finally getting up to Dark Age. Welcome to the Feudal Age. Welcome to the Feudal Age Club.
Yeah, but now he's being hit by archers. He's he's going to receive a good bit of damage here, and his eco's still pretty okay compared to Cheap. But I mean, at the same time, Cheap is you know, already in Feudal Age on his way to Castle Age, so.
Yep.
It's not going to be easy to hold being an age down. And not to mention double stable Frank production. I mean, they could eventually just get enough units to just take the TC out for Longhander.
And it looks like Cheap is going to go up the castle here. He's getting double archer range out. I like that. He knows that Longhander won't be able to do any damage to him, so he's just going to return the favor, do some damage to him, and is also going to get up and get the pressure onto Venison here.
Yeah, it is a shame he didn't go over and kill these vills that Longhander left, but maybe they'll get there at some point in time.
Maybe. Maybe he just runs all his vills back after losing it and gets up the castle, just runs them back. He's getting a stable up. I don't agree with that. In this position, you need to focus on getting your eco strong, and you won't be able to get any kind of military presence when you're this far behind.
Yep, quite an odd way to play this one, honestly. This is one of the more
Palm is trying so
here.
hard to get in. Trying so hard to get in here. He needs to forward some kind of siege.
Yeah, I mean, he's got scouts sitting here attacking the house. There are 5 vills from Longhander there.
Oh, he didn't notice that he was able to get in.
Yep, that's quite unfortunate. He does still have 4 vills on the outside that could do some damage there. Well, I think we're just going to have like a very interesting little boom here now. It looks like not too much military aggression able to be accomplished right now. I mean, Venison's walled up fairly nicely. He is able to pressure, but the knight numbers are just going to continue to pile up on both sides.
And Cheap is getting thumb ring immediately.
Interesting choice. I mean, he is doing a lot of damage with these archers. I mean, there's so many idols for Longhander right now.
Well, it looks like Palm is getting in here, but he might want to retreat back, and he is, because he knows that there's too many knights to deal with.
Yeah, Palm did kill all those vills that were in that wood line there.
Oh, but Palm is on the gold now for Venison, and he's killing some vills.
He is.
I don't think Venison notices either.
Yeah, those are pretty big losses. I mean, he is taking an engagement on the front with his knights, and the archers are over as well. Kados, over here, Persian douche. All the way over here would be the town center for Longhander, and then his
looks like
base is pretty much dead.
Looks like Palm killed all the vills here at Longhander's old base.
Yep, did indeed. I mean,
where's the crossbow? I'm confused here. He got thumb ring first, but no crossbow.
He's getting thumb ring and bodkin, but no crossbow yet. So, maybe he believes that he's clicked it and just has not yet clicked it. I mean,
it's kind of a mistake.
It is, but at this point, I don't think they're in danger of losing this
Oh
one.
no.
So, if ever to make a mistake, it's on this map right here. And yeah, the
It's a
GG
GG.
comes in already. Yeah, not too surprised. They were falling apart there. I mean, the
Do
Persian
not
douche.
agree. Yeah, person douching the archer player.
Yeah, we've seen it one other time in this tournament, but there was also a Lithuanian instant drush at the same time. So they really put their opponents on the back foot for that one. But this one here, especially walking all the way across the map to go to Cheap instead of walking to his flank, his opponent, you know, pretty
Why not
rough
play
transition.
double scout there too? You get the bonus from Persians against archers, so it should be able to be something that you could do. And if you really need to mix in, Persians can go archers themselves, or even Kumans at this age.
Very true, very true. But we've seen an interesting one for game one. We'll have to see what game two has in store for us here, as Palm and Cheap take game number one pretty
Good job, guys.
convincingly there due to the strategy. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up into game number two here for 5 seconds.
Yep.
And we'll see how game number two goes. We're gonna
Alright,
see
I'm ready.
Venison and Longhander choosing a home map of cenotes or cenotes.
See notes.
Alright, you have 5 seconds.
Yep, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
What I have to do
Alright.
first is-
Palm chooses Lithuanians. His teammate Cheap has chosen Vietnamese.
Okay.
Venison has gone with Franks this time. And Longhander's gone Incas. So, I mean, I do like Franks on this map as well. But Lithuanians also here. Even if Lithuanians just get 1-2 relics, they have a better attacking military. Could turn into some trouble here for Venison and Longhander. Other than that, I mean, Incas are a solid civilization. I'm wondering if we're going to see some me attack here, or if we're
What
going to
chances
see
is going to be
a
standard
standard play.
towers?
Yeah, so
I mean, it's kind of like a coin toss. Well, if the other side of the coin, which is the tower side, was a lot heavier.
yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Oh, what's keep saying in here? You planned to lame. You're just announcing it to everybody.
No, he can't find his boar yet, I don't think. Let's check his scouting. Yeah, he just hasn't seen his boar yet. They're hiding behind this west wood line that he's about to scout.
I do favor Palm and Cheap Civs. Late game, they should have the stronger compositions. As Incas just have generic Arbalest with full upgrades. I mean, they have the minimum range skirms, but those aren't really going to be strong against, Vietnamese archers and skirms.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really think the Vietnamese have a really great team bonus, or not team bonus, a really great civ bonus for eco. You know, eco upgrades don't cost any wood. Really streamlines those archers early game as well. Getting a solid eco behind that and having good archers is going to be quite a nice thing. Plus, as we just saw, he did pinpoint his enemies starting town centers because of the Vietnamese bonus, which is nice. He is going to wall up here too. He's got a really good map for walling himself in, and I think that could really benefit him.
I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see Malay here yet on this map. I think they're very strong, or have potential to be very strong. Didn't have fish boom, depending if you get which most of the time how the map is, you usually get a safe pool of water to boom on. But yeah, maybe we'll see some fishing here, or at least some kind of shore fish boom, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, I think the thing is, though, with Team Islands being in the map pool, a lot of people want to keep that as an option for Team Islands. Especially since you don't actually have to pick maps at the beginning of the game here. We've left it just whoever loses the map picks the next one. So they kind of have to leave some civs available like that for that
I see a
potentially.
Longhander Wildomsville. Oh, wow, how about that? It's like Palm, with the help of the boar, sniped the Vil
Very nice,
from.
lame from him then.
Well, cheap is down to Vil.
uh, Palm is in chat here, says the Longhander has a Black Forest map. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a Black Forest map, but he's got a nice easy wall up. So,
That's for sure. Yes.
can't
So 4
complain.
solid wood lines.
Yeah, the problem though for him is he's going to be very rangeable yet again. And honestly, there are 2 gold piles and a stone forward, and the main gold is very rangeable as well. A tower rush would really, really hurt. I mean,
Yes.
he is Incas, yes, but a tower rush against the Inca player at this point would be quite good. I could actually
Irony.
deny everything except for the 1 stone in the back. So yeah, it may be a good map, but it could also be a really bad map depending on what looks like you'll be his counterpart. So we'll see what you do up against him. But if I scout out this map of his, I'm feeling like I should go forward, even if I'm not planning on tower rushing.
Let me check. Hold on, Longhander's point of view here. Let me see if he sees all his walls here. Yes, he does. Okay. But I was just gonna leave that Vil there and just have him go back. He did a pretty good job scouting.
Yeah, we do have a Drush coming in here for cheap. He's got 2 militia out already, the 3rd is about to complete, and he is headed forward, and Venison is not walled up at all. He does have some exposed vills here. His berries are also quite far from the range of that town center, so he could actually get pushed off of berries here if this is played correctly.
Look at his map. All his golds are forward, and he's gonna. I mean, his map isn't too bad to wall, but like having all your golds forward means that you can set up some ranges here or some pressure here, and they won't be able to get to those golds.
Yeah, I mean, it could do quite a bit. He is walking his militia around here, so he isn't going to find the berries or attack the berries. He'll actually get for the wood line, but he sees this already and is going to quick wall that in, which is quite nice from him as well. He
I would
will
like to
be...
see a wall in towards the TC instead of walling inside your wood line. They should be able to do it for the other wood line, you know. Gonna wall up his berries as well. So be able to wall in time.
Yeah, it looks like Cheap is actually going to go for a Drush fast castle. By the way that he's structuring his military, going to gold, now going to have 3 on gold, potentially a 4th with that gather point. He'll be at 28 vills, and he'll be headed up.
Very
So,
nice.
actually 27 vills. So, either way, it could turn out he's just Drush FC'ing, which, I mean, he has caused no delay, really. He has forced up some defensive walls. So this isn't the end of the world for Venison here. But, you know, the Inca player has not come forward and is about to hit feudal, so going to
play, I think.
Yep, going for standard play here. Unfortunately, his res is just very, very forward, so he might have some trouble controlling that, especially up until Castle Age, as Palm is Lithuanians and should be getting some scouts out. He has a stable up already, and he is starting to produce them.
12 on wood. Looks like he's going to try for double archer range. Don't see a blacksmith, so yeah, this might be double archer range, or it could all be all in one here. There's a slight overchop here in Longhander's base. If you don't see that, oh, he sees it. He's walling up now. Good, paying attention from them. Very nice. Let's see if that Drush has done anything yet. Nope, hasn't done anything yet.
Nope, taking a 150 HP off of a lumber camp, but otherwise, just force these walls. I mean, he did force them up, so he did accomplish something there. Not as much as he had hoped, I imagine. But again, I think this is just a clean Drush FC for him. If we check out his res currently, he's not quite there yet. He's got about 400 food and 150 gold, so maybe a little bit yet before he gets up there. But nonetheless, he's got a better chance of getting up to castle a little bit faster than everyone else, given his current res. Lithuanians, we do have scouts out. They are headed towards Venison's base. Gonna be able to go up against the Frank scouts, so bloodlines would actually be really nice for Palm to get a little bit early this time around. But
since he's coming, he's already walling up his berries. Good job for his part. Oh, the Drush has already snuck one Vil out. Are they going to be able to snipe that one Vil? Looks like they might be able to.
Yeah, so Drush does pay off after all. They are really pressuring the Frank player here, probably not worrying too much about Incas, and that Vil might escape.
Yep. In this
Oh, it
position here,
does.
I would focus a little bit more on Eco if I was Longhander. I think it's maybe a little too late to get any kind of pressure up going out right now. Cheap is going to be up to Castle here soon. And if you remember, for the Vietnamese bonus, archers get extra HP, so I think he wants to take advantage of that when he goes with the castle and gets crossbow.
Yeah, I mean, he's up now, so Cheap is definitely headed in that direction. We'll see what kind of res he has after he gets up. He may just be gonna go into a boom here, given that his team has a good map presence, good map control. I mean, the Drush is just now going to start to get cleaned up by these scouts here, and
Nope.
Palm still has quite a few scouts out. They are not doing anything at the moment. They will probably come back and clean up these archers here, but we'll
Yep.
see what happens.
And Longhander needs to just go scout around here, make sure there's an opening, and let's see. He might actually get there in time. Get 5 archers in there with fletching. That could be dangerous there.
Yeah, it looks like Cheap pointed it out already for him. So the scouts are headed back that direction.
Oh, quick walls. Maybe. Nope, he's not going to be able to do it in time. He could probably just snipe the blacksmith here and make him lose all that wood.
Yeah, that would be a nice idea. I don't know if he will, though. He's going to try to focus down the Vils, which isn't a bad plan either. You know, one Vil down is a lot of eco that Vil could have brought in, so...
Yep. And looks like another Vil will be joining the party, too. Oh, wait, maybe? No, he's going to gold. Okay. Forcing him off gold. Very nice. Now he needs to wrap around here and go to the other wood line. Scout go down. And Cheap is on his way to castle. Well, it should be up right now. Double archer range from him. And the scouts will probably clean these archers up. Oh wait, maybe not. He's doing a decent job microing them.
Yeah, he should be able to survive this one here. Bloodlines isn't in yet, and there's no upgrades on the scouts just yet, so they are quite weak. And Venison's actually going to be able to take advantage of that and come in here and snipe a Vil as well.
He almost sniped the Vil there. Longhander did. This Venison scouts are here. They're going to do some damage to the Vils and berries. Oh, lost the scout to TC.
Yeah, he tried to go after that Vil, and didn't work out for him there, but the double range crossbow is going to be pretty difficult to defend from for both Longhander and for Venison. I mean, right now, Longhander and Venison have done a good bit of damage here to Palm, but...
Oh, Cheap has been housed for a while now. That's unfortunate. And now he just got his house out.
Yeah, more archers coming forward here for Longhander. I think the issue, though, is Longhander needs to click up, and he just doesn't have the res for it right now.
I think he spent a little too much time on wood. And he needed to kind of even out his eco a bit.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be able to click up here in a second once he gets his gold up, and yep, there he goes. So, I mean, they're still able to do...
non-stop here on Palm here.
Yeah, they're really, you know, slowing him down, but he is about to be in castle, so a few knights will clean this up. Won't be too difficult.
If the scouts can micro good enough and block the knights, they can get micro down.
Oh yeah, they could, but I mean, he gets 4 or 5 scouts. He takes a good fight here or there. He should be just fine. I mean, he is going to lose another Vil here, which is quite unfortunate for him.
And Palm, is he going to run to these scouts here while he's going across the map? Is he? He sees them, but I don't like his archers see them, but he doesn't see them. Okay, I guess he doesn't notice the scouts are there.
Yeah, did not patrol in there. I think he would have been able to take them both out, but I mean, he's going to try to come over here and save his teammate at this point. And what's nice for Venison and Longhander now is they've defended, they've got their attack forward, and they are both on their way up. They are going to be a little bit behind. I don't really like all these archers going under this tower, but I guess it could prove to be quite worthwhile. But it's a lot of archers that are probably going to die here.
I probably could have left it the other way, but I guess he felt like that was the best way to leave.
I think he wants to kill the Vils. He really wants to get all the vills in there, I think is what he's trying to do.
Yep. I don't know if I agree with him walking his archers all across the map. He hasn't masked up enough yet. He is getting the upgrades, so we're already getting armor, or the next armor upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, it was
So
really
those
nice
quite
that
welcome.
Palm was forced to build that tower, though, because now he doesn't have the stone to build any TCs, so he's not going to be able to boom up as well. Crossbows come in here, we'll clean up the scouts, no problem, and those archers are going to have to run now. Very low HP, 6 crossbows take out 8 archers, no problem.
We're gonna see crossbow from Longhander. Doesn't look like it quite yet. So he has the rest for it.
Yeah, he's busy. He was busy
Oh,
trying
man,
to
you
micro
see
those units.
See how much food he's floating around right now? 1,000 food. He's not making any vills. He needs to use that food right now. Get crossbow when using that food. Get some eco, or even send some food to your friend here.
Yeah, that is a lot of food. I don't know how he got so much food. He must have sold in the market or bought in the market because...
No, he doesn't have the market up yet at all. I think he's like took off a lot of vills off wood and wasn't using the wood, so it kind of just slowly swelled up over time.
Oh, Longhander does have the market. It's there by the wood line.
He just got it.
Oh, did he? Well, I mean, either way, it's a lot of food. Could see the eagle switch coming in, and yeah, he is researching Eagle Warrior. So he is going to go into Eagle. I don't know why he got all these archers then. A lot of wood and gold invested into the archers that are just going to be thrown away here in a second because it's going to be crossbows and knights versus archers. I mean, the eagle play I do not mind here at all, especially since you know Cheap has got all these crossbows out. And
but then again, they're Lithuanians. They get the relics, get the extra attack, and suddenly, like, your composition isn't as good as it could be.
this is true. We do have a good number of knights headed forward here for Venison. Could pick off some of these crossbows walking back for reinforcement, but it looks like he's actually just going to try to head in. Nope, he does end up taking... It's going to be 2 archers and a villager that was headed forward, so that's quite nice. He's going to get some more as well.
Oh man. Quick walled there, very good. Palm and Cheap are getting ready to do some pressure here. I think they could probably just jump in here. He has no military, Longhander does. And Chief's archer's just sitting. He probably has a lot to deal with here. That's probably why he's microing them.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 13 or 11 knights and or scouts about to break into his base here. Quick walls are coming up.
Nice.
Could have probably just attacked that one house there and gotten it up. Still might get
probably
in.
Gonna do that.
Hard to say. His knights aren't engaging this well, so those houses will go up.
Cheap is gonna get his archers cleaned up, and I don't agree with the equal switch.
Yeah,
I know late game. Go ahead.
Cheap is raiding the only gold that Longhander is taking right now, though. This map being as Black Foresty as Palm claims it to be, he's now off of gold completely. Trying to go into eagles, that's not going to be good.
I guess this many knights and crossbows, he's going to be losing all those eagles. Looking to take a fight. I do not agree with this. He has to keep those eagles back.
I think this is probably the end right here. He can't take gold.
He needs Venison to come over and help. Like, Venison needs to realize that I'm not going to be able to get inside Cheat's base, so I need to go over and help.
Yeah, he is sending those back now.
Here's the thing about Inca Eagles. Late game, they do very well against archer units. Their extra pierce armor and extra melee armor helps a lot. So they're able to do very good against archers. Castle Age, they're about the same as any other eagle. They're not very special.
Yeah, I mean, Cheap is also 1 TC in this right now, and 1 TC archer production is really successful.
Coming in from the back here. Is that open in the back? It is open.
It is open.
Get into a good position. So this is going to be great for Cheap here.
Yeah, Venison is losing a lot of knight numbers here.
Venison does have a lot still. He has numbers. He might be able to clean that up. It looks like he will.
I don't think he's going to have enough. I think the knights are going down. The knights do have +2, It's just that choke point and not being able to attack. And look at these knights, they're just bouncing around in the back, you know. The one hasn't attacked at all, it's patrolling the wood line, essentially. There it finally attacks.
What a chant, man. Alright, so they got cleaned up, but it's probably a better trade for Palm and Cheap, honestly.
Yep, crossbow's now headed forward for Cheap to probably go hit Venison here, it looks like.
Where is the monastery from Palm here? I would like to see that monastery. Yes, he's close to 2 relics at least.
Yeah, I don't think he's got one up yet. Cheap is on his way to Imperial Age. That could spell a lot of trouble for Venison and Longhander.
That is true. Is he on stone or anything? He has 3 bills on stone, so... Is he gonna also try to get paper money for his friend here? Could be very nice. And he's like he's just gonna do full ARB play, and he's getting Pike as well. He's gonna do ARB and Halberdier. Which I think is a good play.
I mean, his ego is going to be pretty stretched after this, though, so he's not going to be able to produce...
it is a little greedy.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to produce too many more units. He does have a decent number of archers, but he is going to lose those archers to these knights right now. So he's going to lose all of those before he gets his upgrades, which is quite unfortunate there. They took quite a bad engagement as well. So, what the problem, though, is...
How many bills does Cheap have?
He only has 49. Fast, fast Imperial with greed is what it is, yeah. I mean, he can switch into just pikes and crossbows, but I don't think he doesn't have enough eco behind this. He only has 12 on food, 13 on wood, 15 on gold. I mean, now he's being forced to put a bunch of houses down to wall out these knights.
Yep.
I think the big problem, though, is Longhander lost all those eagles. He's going to continue to go eagles here. And he's going to be in a lot of trouble here, I think. I think he would have been better off to go Kamyuk and Pike.
Kamyuk and Pike? You could just go Kamyuk Eagle. But, these knights are probably going to get in here. Yep, they're getting in.
Yeah, the problem with the Kamyuk...
is on the way.
Yeah, problem with Kamyuk and Eagle is they all cost gold.
That is true.
And he only has one
good job
safe
of covering
gold.
each other's weakness. But it is a very expensive composition.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
it looks like Venison is going to be all over the place here with. Well, he's just gonna. Yeah, actually, Cheap is doing a good job of protecting his well. So.
Well, Cheap has 23 Arbaleths here, and we have Palm over here with these knights as well. They're gonna trap all of these knights in. Nope, they're gonna run by.
Oh no, Palm, no.
But nonetheless, he should be okay still. Bracers coming in behind this as well. It's going to be small Arbaleth numbers, but I think we're going to have a pretty good amount of spam coming. It looks like we're going to have more of a full castle play here from our Lithuanian player, who's getting his 3rd stable up right now.
He only has 8 on wood. He's getting another lumber camp up, but he has such little res. Looks like Venison and Palm are trying to take a fight, but Palm doesn't want to, so he's going to run back. Yep, they're very smart.
Yeah, 13 eagles over here with about 20 knights.
Looks like the fight's going to happen here soon.
Yeah, I think the eagles are out of place, though, right now. They need to loop around to try to get those archers. There are a lot of Arbaleths here, too. 23 Arbaleths.
Could potentially be a decent fight.
Not looking terrible for him at all. Seems like that's probably a pretty even trade at this point, I think. I mean, Cheap's KD is insanely good, but his teammate's about even. And they did win the fight there, actually. The Arbaleth numbers and those few knights were quite enough. Now we have a very defensive castle being rushed down as soon as that fight was lost here for Venison.
I agree with this castle, but then again, if it gets outranged, which it might be, then it's going to be a doubt castle. It might be a doubt castle. Maybe. He needs to focus down those. He's going to focus the knights first. Okay, that castle will probably go up. But, oh man, he's going to lose his arts going in deep here. I think they should not take this fight. I think he should just back out here.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to back out now. So he will lose some of his Arbaleth, but not all of them.
And I don't know, Cheap just noticed that a Knight's harassing one of the Vills is building a TC.
Yeah, he does have a few arbs there too, and Arbalest will kill knights at this point.
Yep. And let me check the Vill counts for everybody. Looks like Palm is up to 83. Longhander not too far behind, but behind by 4 Vills. And Venison is up above, like, Palm here by another 10. So yeah, it looks like everyone's just kind of booming while Cheap here is willing to blow eco.
Yeah, I mean, Cheap's Fast Imperial, though, is buying them quite a bit of leeway here, because he's able to take these knights out very quickly. I mean, they are going to break in here to to Venison's base here pretty soon. That house will go down if they focus down the villager.
And it looks like Longhander is on his way to Imp. Now, remember what I said about those Eagles with extra Pierce armor in this age, in the next age?
He is going to throw them away, though, against these archers, potentially. They don't have all the upgrades required. He's one-shotting these now. So he's going to go up. He's going to have very little military, though.
Yep. I think he needs to up his farms here. And Venison, oh, look how many reds he's floating here. He needs to send some of that over to Longhander here.
I mean, Venison still needs to get up, though, so...
That is true.
He slapped down some really cheap, really quick, safe defenses with these castles. And, I mean, the army over here isn't really pressuring, so he's kind of just buying time for his teammate to get up and hopefully get his upgrades. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, Cheap's still really behind in villagers. He's trying to boom up now, adding his second and third town centers here just recently. So it won't be long before he's up in that good count as well. And
Bombard Cannon's out. Gonna start hitting the castle. Very good.
Yep, and Palm has clicked Imperial as well. So Venison, the only one who hasn't clicked yet. He is really short on his gold count right now.
I see Petard being created here. I think it was cancelled.
Yeah, I don't like the decision to build this castle in the middle of your farm eco for Venison. I honestly would have...
safe eco.
Yeah, but I would have rather seen him just sell the stone and buy his way up. Or sell some of that wood. He has 3k wood.
Oh yeah, he needs to sell some of that. At least invest into farms.
Needs to balance the eco. Still no Lithuanian monk. Monastery just came up here. One monk out, so... That will
looks
be good
like
for them as well.
Venison wants to try to do some damage, but I don't know if that's worth or not. Don't think it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, he could do something here, but the eco's pretty safe on that end as well. The concern now is going to be keeping these bombard cannons alive. Looks like one is going to go down here. We'll keep the other two up for now. That castle is about to fall, though, so...
And it looks like Longhander is getting fabric shields. It's going to give them extra pierce armor, so those eagles are going to be very tough to kill. Yeah, he just got the last armor upgrade as well, so those eagles are going to be taken in those arrow shots like nothing.
Yeah, he's still lacking, I believe, Blast Furnace, but other than that, once he gets that upgrade, he'll have fully upgraded units. But we are going to see cavalry coming in here for Palm, and at this rate... Venison doesn't click up. He's not going to have any military to contest anything, and they're just going to roll right through his eco.
I wonder if Venison here is denying him the relics, because he's actually been doing a good job. He's getting Cavalier right now. He needs to send them in and go clean those guys up. Those Eagles are raiding right now on Cheap, and they're not going to be able to... They're just going to be there forever. It's that extra pierce armor.
Yeah, they're doing a great job killing off Vills and going to be able to kill all these Arbalests coming forward, but the problem's going to be the Cavalier are going to go back and deal with them. Yep, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen. The Knights are going to try to take out the Arbalest. Going to have 4 bombard cannons out here for Cheap, so...
And Palm is still getting hit up by Venison. He needs to know this is going on right here.
The Eagles are running back now to the Arbalest and the bombard cannons. This could be a massive snipe of... But is he going to take the bombard cannons?
Yes, he's going for the bombards.
Yep, I think that's the right play.
The Arbs will not be able to kill those Eagles, and that many Arbs will not be able to do anything to them.
Yeah,
all those Arbs will die, and that pressure that Cheap has is going to go away.
Yeah, that was an
That's all going
excellent
to be on
play.
Palm.
Venison still needs to click up though. He's not up. He has all these knights that are just gonna die to this military.
Yep, he's actually kind of throwing his eagles away. I would have just ran away with these eagles, and I think now he needs to go eagle, cameo, or eagle pike. One is definitely more expensive than the other, but look how much damage Venison is doing to Cheap here. Or not Cheap, I mean Palm. Force him to get up the castle. He's still doing so much damage to him.
Yeah, Venison
All
is
because he
in the
wasn't paying
eco
attention
right
to
now
stuff.
too, so that is huge. Trying to force up that castle is a desperation move. He's gonna get it up. I mean, he's got Cavalier there now, but he did do quite a bit of damage. Palm down to 85 villagers.
It's unfortunate too. I wish he was looking at this a little earlier.
Yeah, I think there is a lot of Cavalier over here for Palm.
Now he has
There's
+2 Cavalier. If he gets that relic in the back of his base, I don't know if he sees, does not see it. That's unfortunate. But
yeah.
I think Cheap has a relic too, right? Oh yes, he does. If he gives that to him, he get +3, and those Cavalier are just gonna be so dominant. He's getting Blast Furnace right now, so they're gonna be very powerful.
Yeah,
So
Cavalier
it's
taking
all.
excellent fights right here too, killing eagles and all these knight numbers here for free.
So really, it's all Longhander here to go for the right unit composition, which his composition to counter this would be Eagle Kamiak. It's going to be so expensive.
Yeah,
Very gold heavy if he wants to be like have efficient counters to the Cavalier, which may be Paladin soon if he gets his ego stabilized.
yeah, I mean, it's finally almost going to be into Imperial Age here for Venison. He should have been up 5 minutes ago. I think this really hurt him because he lost all of his knight numbers now. He's just producing more. He's at the 10 again. And the Cavalier are going to come in here, and Cavalier takes like 2 minutes to complete. So even with Cavalier coming in, the eco could suffer extremely from this attack here.
Yep, and looks like Longhander does not want to leave Cheap alone. He's raiding him again.
Yeah, I think that's actually a great move. I mean, they are going to be doing tons and tons of damage to this eco. They're not going to die against archers and town center fire that easily. And we
Yep.
do have Cavalier and we have the last defense upgrade, plate barding armor here coming in for Venison. So something's going to have to happen here if Palm and Sheep want to turn this around. They've allowed their opponents too much time here. And
Yep.
Longhander's made some very impressive raids at the right times to really hinder Cheap's production.
Now, Palm can hold by himself here, just with Cavalier with the extra attack, but he needs Paladin. That should be able to deal with all the Eagles and the Frank Paladins as well. He might even want to go for Lightus too. So he should be able to trade better against the Eagles and the Frank Knights. Actually, maybe not.
See, this is where I think going Paladin is a mistake, though. You need your numbers up before you go up, I think, to Paladin. Like, you can produce so many more Cavalier over going Paladin. I think with the way the game has progressed with all these raids that are going on, and now that Venison's up, and just now getting Cavalier, I think going Paladin might be a mistake.
Yeah. And if you see in the back of Palm's base, 4 markers just got plopped down. I really like their position, but it's trade. They're going to get trade started.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing about this map is there's only a few additional gold spots. It's not standard by any means, so
And
I
if you
do
look at the
think that's a
position
good
for
play.
the market for, let's see, for Venison here, it's in a really bad spot. See how far forward it is? In front of a wood line, in front of the castle, in a place where it could easily be getting hit up by other units, you know? Especially archers.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Kamyuk are here, elite Kamyuk at that, and there are a bunch of them. These Cavalier will absolutely melt if they take that fight.
Yep.
He is going to run back with his Cav, so I really like the composition now. We're going to have Kamyuks to send in here. Cavalier going to be able to help as well, and then the Eagles should be added in from time to time, build the force, and run them into raid. And he is going to be able to produce both for now, but it's going to be short term given how expensive that's going to be. We do have Paladin coming in for Venison though, so Venison is going to get Paladin as well. So
But
now
do you
Paladin
think
is
Cavalier,
going to be necessary from Lithuania.
I think Cavalier with +2 should be able to handle Frank Paladin. I don't know. I don't think it will be able to.
No, I mean right now it's 14 plus 2 attack for the paladin, and it's 12 plus 6 attack for the cavalier. But the big difference is the HP: 192 for Frank paladin, and only 140 for the Lithuanian cav. So
Yeah. I think Cheap should just go Arb champion, honestly. Should be able to cover their weaknesses against the Eagle and Chemiux.
yeah,
Well,
it
the
wouldn't
archers
be a
will.
bad situation there at all. It's just gonna be, will Cheap be able to produce enough Arbalest at this point? He's gonna have, his eco is gonna be hit here again shortly as the Eagles are running through, and there are a lot of Paladin here, so this could
Oh
become
yeah.
an issue for them. I mean, Eagles are into the eco again. They are gonna kill some more archers. Paladin are running around, more eagles coming in. We also have a very forward castle for Longhander that just went up to deny some gold here, and they are going to get some barracks up on that side as well. Stone wall foundations even being placed from Palm at this point.
Now the play here would be to get a Treb out and Treb down that monastery, so he won't be able to get his +2 anymore. And it looks like Paul is getting Paladin himself, and the extra attack of the Paladin for Lithuanian should be able to deal with Franks, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a big boost to his military line here. We're going to see
Yep.
Paladin from Venison going into the back, though, and he may be able to raid Palm's eco, and there is a lot of farmers back there. So that
Oh
could
yeah.
prove to be something big. And we did see the markets going down here for Palm, but Cheap did not move his markets at all, so it's in the middle of his map that's walled up pretty well. So those are also going to be going in a very awkward trade line.
Those Chemiux are coming into the eco, and so the Paladin. And he's gonna have a little bit of trouble cleaning this up.
Oh, look at this forward castle he's going to get up to, right on this town center, right on another gold stack. I mean, this is a nice forward here from Longhander. He's really putting on quite a bit of pressure.
Yep. He needs that Paladin upgrade right now, because that trade is gonna die. It hasn't even got up yet, too.
Yeah, and Chemiux, look how fast they attack this town center. They are destroying in just the town center quickly. I mean, Paladin obviously aren't going to be the greatest thing to face up against Chemiux, but he does have numbers here, and he's got a lot of archer fire to help him out.
Yep. And those Paladin are in the back there. They're gonna kill all these the choppers, and he's just gonna deal with that first. I think he doesn't see the Chemiux as a big issue. I think he needs to send a few Paladins there to clean up those Chemiux.
Yeah, we do have the Paladin from Venison running around to the back as well, so I mean, they're going to snipe a few vills here maybe. Nope, just passing.
I don't like the position of the market from Longhander. It's still trade that's flowing or getting up right now.
It is, and we do have an attack here from Cheap headed forward with Pike and with Arbalest. So, I mean, they are going to be able to do some pressure here. The thing that's going to be concerning is they have to clean up this forward from Longhander, and now we have all the Paladin coming over here to Palm's base. Palm's base is completely broken into at this point. They can just run in as they please. There's even a Paladin and a Cameo randomly in the back. Lots of idle villagers at 35 at the moment as well, so they do really need to take out this monastery as the +2 attack will go away for the Paladin, and then they would have equal statistics as far as attack and defense, but Frank Paladin would then be superior with that additional HP.
And check up north there. Palm is forced to go back because of those eagles. He knows his Arbalest will not be able to kill any of those eagles. He's just going to sacrifice the pikes and just run away with his archers.
I mean, those archers are going to have to run a lot farther than that. Those eagles will track them down just fine, though. So,
I think Palm's going to win this fight in his base because, again, extra attack. That should be able to counteract the extra HP from the Frank Paladins. And yes, he's going to clean those up. And that Treb will just come in and die. Goodbye, Treb.
Yeah, they do clean it up there, so that's really good. But the castles and barracks are still there, and we do have a decent number of Kamuk and Eagles headed that way right now. I mean, Longhander is really doing a good job right now, taking out more Arbalest. Lightcap from Franks is never a good sign.
He's going to probably send him into his area or to his base again for cheap.
Yeah,
It's not looking good right now.
It's very back and forth, but Longhander and Venison have so much more eco behind this. They're going to be able to produce for so much longer, even with trade.
And there goes the GG.
GG comes up for Cheap and for Palm, calling it, and I think that's the right call. I think they lost a lot of position in.
Yeah, I think they were going in strong too. I think they needed to keep on the pressure on Venison here, and it probably would have been over. I think many times Longhander had no military out.
Yeah, that, and I really don't like the Fast Imperial. It was a good play, but when it didn't do any damage and you got the cheap Frank castles down in defense, that really negated that Fast Imp completely. And Cheap was never able to get his villager count to be all that high in comparison. I mean, looking at the statistics alone, Cheap's villager count was only at a 75 at the highest.
Oh, that is
That's
not good. It's not something you want.
Yeah, that's the risk of going for that. It's a very good strategy if you can make it work and do a lot of damage with it. So,
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
I think that may have really lost the game right there, but we also saw a very nice composition from Longhander, and then Venison just, I mean, I didn't think he was an imp anytime soon enough. His Imperial Age time was 51 minutes. You know, feels really late, man,
Yeah,
but
he
uh,
was. I think investing a little too much in knights there.
I
And
agree.
should they just said, wait, I need to go up and let me use all this wood to get farms or to sling my friend and get him up.
Yeah, but they
And
did go ahead and pull off the victory to bring us to a 1-1 set here in the series. So, can't complain too much.
yep.
But we're going to move on to game number 3, and this time it will be Palm and Cheap's home map selection. And we'll load into 5 seconds here, and then we'll jump right into this game.
On Gold Pit.
Golden Pit indeed. You have 5 seconds, good sir.
Yes, I am.
Ready, set, go. Alright. This is going to be interesting. Palm has gone with Magyars, and Cheap has gone with Turks of all civilizations. Going to be an interesting one.
And on
Longhander
the other
goes with
side,
Indians. I think that's a nice choice. And Venison goes with Mongols. Also not a bad choice here. Turks, though, Cheap. I've seen you play Turks on Team Islands. But on Golden Pit, I would assume we're going to see some scouts into the free light cab and hussar upgrades. But maybe some camels after that, I suppose. What are your thoughts on this one?
what can we do here? What can we see? We could probably see the high HP cab archers late game in combination with gunpowder. I think could be pretty strong here. I mean, I don't really see a reason for Jannies here. They do pretty well if they're matched up against cavalry. Or even any gunpowder unit, but I will definitely see like maybe Hussar, Cav Archer, and gunpowder play. Bombard cannon. You know, for late game.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think?
I think it's, Scout Flood here. I mean, Kato said it as well. Scout Flood is pretty popular, and if he can get a good number of scouts up, I mean, they do get the free light cav and hussar upgrades, so that could prove to be quite useful in the early stages of Castle Age. Another thing that's nice with Turks on this map is if you can control the middle. I mean, Turks are an all gold civilization. You can get gold, you can control the middle, you're gonna be in pretty good shape actually. And I really like the Magyar's choice from Palm to complement this with all that scout production being so cheap.
Well,
So
not to say that there's that Venison and Longhander civs can't do scouts either. The Mongols have that hunt bonus, so their scout rush would be strong as well. And Indians have the cheaper vills, so their scouts are also going to be strong as well. Did I say Longhander had Mongols? I did not mean to say that.
yep, no
Whereas
worries.
Indians, Venison has Mongols.
Indians having the cheap vills though will still assist them in having more food to produce not only eco but produce the scouts in behind them before getting to camels. I'm not a huge fan of the combination here though with Indians and Mongols. I mean, you're definitely assuming now that Mongols are going to go for Mangudai at this point, which is a great thing to get to, but you're going to be double scout civ to start here. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be an interesting one, and I mean it's gonna be odd to see how this works out, seeing as we have already seen both boars brought in for venison, so he's definitely gonna try for that 18 pop up as them here. So we'll
Bit of
see
idle
if he can
time
get.
there.
Say again.
Yeah, trying to snipe. A bit of idle time there, trying to snipe the scout with the TC, but all good.
Yeah, we're gonna see an interesting build here from him. I'm gonna be really curious to see if these players wall up here. And this map for Venison looks pretty wallable. He will be able to wall in his, all of his golds? And his stones if he walls up appropriately.
Oh yeah.
Longhander, on the other hand, has a little bit more of a gap, but he still has the option to. He's going to be able to chop through these wood lines fairly quickly that he's taking now. That could become an issue later. We already see Cheap starting his wall off where he placed those two houses so far forward. So I would expect to see him try to wall up here as well. Palm, I think Palm has probably the best map in the game, but we'll see what they do with it.
I could see an all-in scout play from both teams here.
Yeah,
What do you think?
A full feudal scout play right now could get really interesting.
Do you see any bills on gold right now? I don't see any.
I think it's too early to go on gold. No one's going crossbows here. The only player that would go into that would be Mongols potentially, but they clicked up at 18 pop. So did Palm though. Palm did it at 19. So it's definitely scouts, without a doubt, because he's gonna go out to wood here, get some more lumberjacks out, and he is taking. Looks like he accidentally took way too many goats. There are 3 dead goats under his town center right now, but
it's looking like scouts. Actually, Cheap is going up more bills, so it looks like fast castle for him actually.
For Cheap?
And he's going up at an extra 3 bills. You see, he's clicking them down. I'm confused here. What is he going for?
Cheap
Okay,
is up at
he
21 pop.
I think he realized he clicked a lot of bills. Actually, he's clicking more.
I mean, he is queuing them behind.
He has not clicked
like
feudal age yet. So it could be fast castle.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
I'm confused here. Like, he's not clicking feudal age or anything. He's okay. There we go. There's the feudal age. A little late, to say the least.
Yeah, but he should be fine. I mean, he does have a barracks out, so he can always pop out a spear or 2 to defend. Scout numbers are not going to be that impressive here off the start. I mean, his counterpart here just getting to feudal now doesn't even have the stable coming down just yet. There it comes down in the front, so I mean, he should be okay. Very tight wall off here from Longhander. Looks like he's gonna go to the town center rather than try to wall everything in there. Very strange selection if you ask me, but
It's a safe. It's make sure that the scouts are going to be forced to go in through the town center and take damage.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a very safe play, but he is gonna be pretty open still, and a few scouts could run back in there and do a lot of damage.
Looks like he might lose a scout or a villa here. Might. Okay, he's backing off.
Yep.
Almost sniped the bill from Cheap.
Yep, and Palm is now walling up extensively. He's going to be getting a stable up as well here pretty soon. Would hope to see it any second here, as yep, he clears out some palisade walls.
Cheap going with the archer range. Okay, so he's gonna play archers, which it's something Turks can do, definitely. Still get crossbow and castle age, and the gold bonus helps a lot.
Yeah, but I
we can
wonder if
still
this is a
play
misclick.
archers. Yeah, it does seem kind of late, honestly, for all this. It should have been up a little earlier, and he did get a farm out too, and got probably 1 extra build for an archer rush.
He's actually going double archery range.
Very interesting choice here. Where is the spear at? Because there are scouts getting ready to flood in here.
Scouts are coming in. Both spears come out there. You can see them both there. I mean, Vills are not going to go down here. Does snipe at least one of those scouts, almost two of them. So defending
Venison
quite
forced off the
nicely.
berries. Forced off his berries, forced off his second wood line. But the Palms, the scouts are just kind of idle there.
Yeah, they did
could
take
get
a
cleaned up soon.
small engagement there to start, it looked like, and now they're just going to get cleaned up. But Palm says Turk Spear is best in the game. Yeah.
Well, they get all the upgrades, unlike Tatars. They don't get all the armor.
Ah, that's funny.
And Palm's getting chased away by Venison. Good stuff. Venison is able to defend against this.
We do have double stables up already for Longhander, though, so that could be a full feudal for a while, at least play here.
Yep. And I don't think he has the archer numbers up to defend this. Even spears, where are his spears at? Not in the position, but they're getting there right now. Should be getting there.
Yep, he's gonna have to quick wall in the one vill there, and he does a fine job with that. So that looks pretty good. Just trading spears or scouts right now between Palm and Venison. Nothing too much going on here.
Looks like Palm's forced to go back, and do have equal numbers, but their HP is kind of low.
Yeah, and
some
spears
mixed in
are
there.
forward as well, so he's gonna defend this pretty nicely.
And Cheap is doing an excellent job quick walling. Making him run all over the place and just run into walls or run into spears. And those scouts will be taking even more damage while they run away.
Yeah, you're gonna get a nice free vill kill here for Venison on Palm as the walling vill got caught out. But now he's gonna be fully walled, minus one little hole in the back, which hopefully he finds that, but it's gonna be...
I don't think he sees that. Actually, he might see that right now. He's setting a vill back there.
Yeah, we do see some archers going forward for Cheap here as well, but there are a ton of scouts. A ton of scouts for Longhander here. So, those archers shouldn't do anything. Yeah, he's got 8 scouts right now against 8 archers. He will win that fight, no problem. Gonna start the fight here as the archers are just walking by as well.
Cheap is just letting those archers die. Those archers will go down.
Yeah, lots of investment into those as well. Not even gonna get a single kill. Oh, did he get one? Doesn't look like he's even gonna get.
One scout's dead.
Yep.
Just one.
And now we have
scout for
8
archers
scouts coming forward here, and even against a couple spears, that's not gonna be a whole lot of defense there.
Yep. And he has all the upgrades as well. Does he have bloodlines too? I'm not sure about that.
No, Bloodlines is 65 HP. Or 60 HP. I forget, but it's not 45. 45 is too low. That's what you start with. So
he could kill those spears, no problem. He's
Yeah.
not going to engage, I think. Actually, he is going to.
yeah, it's a good play to engage those at this point. He can go harass more now and not have to worry. Force his opponent to build more spears. He's not going to find those 2 vills that were walling that up, unfortunately. Woodline, looks like he is going to quick wall that in. So Cheap's doing a really good job of protecting his villagers right now.
Nope.
Archers could go down here again, but I don't think he's going to lose any more eco at this point. So we do have so many scouts, even more scouts coming in here from Longhander. I mean, this
I would like to see Scurbs, honestly, from Longhander here too, just to really rub it in. So Skirm with an all-in scout play would make it even better.
Yeah, I think he's doing the right thing here. He's halted production now. I think that's definitely the right move. And we have Palm on the way to Castle Age already. And he basically fell back, lost the initial attack, and is now just defending. Oh no, he let him in there and got the spears out. Almost lost the scouts as well there. Picks off a nice scout as well.
And Venison is on his way up to Castle as well.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, he didn't really produce much more after he had those all forward. So
Let's check out Longhander's eco here.
well, he's about to click up.
Pretty solid.
Yeah,
He's clicking up right now.
With all those scouts being produced, he did a really good job of still producing eco. So he's in a really strong spot. Actually, with the villager high at this point as well. 11 scouts out. I mean, Cheap does have more military, but it's all archers right now.
Yep. And I feel like Magyar Knight should be able to take at least a decent fight against Camel, any kind of Camel presence, well, at the start of Castle Age. That's because extra attack, and if he gets +2 immediately, then his Knights would be fully upgraded. They should be able to deal with those Camels, no problem. But then again, he has to get numbers out too, to compare.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really interesting now because I want to see if they go to the middle here or if they decide to stay home and boom. I mean, Cheap's gold is outside. His second 3-tile gold is outside of his walls there. Could drop a TC there, or he might just end up going to the middle. It'll be really interesting to see how he plays it. Same with everyone, really. I mean, gold is.
Oh wait, we're gonna see the Cav
concern.
Archer switch. Wasn't paying attention to all the Archer ranges. Cav Archer switch. 4 Archer ranges for Cav Archers. Now we saw this last time in Battlegrounds the other day, and it didn't pay off too well. But let's see if it pays off here. Then again, it is very expensive for any other civ that isn't Huns.
Yeah, but he's going to be okay against the Knights, so I don't think it's a bad play here. He does have a few spears out as well, so he might even go Pike and Cav Archer, maybe. That might be a really good composition against Magyars here. Maybe they're expecting for the Cav Archer switch from Cheap as well. Wouldn't be too surprised to see that either.
We're seeing +2 right now, and we're also seeing a few Camels. I would like to see the Scout upgrade here. Light Cav.
Yeah, I like Longhander's position for a second TC here. He's going to stay home, he's going to just use the gold he has, and he secures himself a nice spot with that wood line as well. He's done a really good job not chopping through that one wood line too. He's getting close to, but he's done a nice job preventing that from happening.
Yep, and Palm did not see those Cav Archers run over. And Cav Archers are going to be really stronger because they're going to be able to snipe the villas over the wood lines, over the walls. And he's not choosing to.
Yeah, light.
Gonna let him know that he's here.
Light Cav upgrade is going to come in here for Longhander as well, and I think that's really great since he had 11 of them remaining from the feudal age there. So could do quite a bit of damage with those. If anything, just having some map control right now is going to be quite a nice touch as well. There are a ton of archers here for Cheap. We'll see what he can get done with them there. He should be able to pick some of these low HP. Nope. Longhander's paying attention, so he's just going to run away.
Wonder, he has 1 villain stone, so I think maybe late game he does want to switch to Cav Archer. He clearly can't stay going crossbow as Turks because he lack Arbalist.
Yeah,
but I think he get all the other upgrades too.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting choice. I mean, I would have rather seen scouts myself, but I mean, he did a fine job defending, holding back from losing too many vills. So,
would you think it would have been better if he'd done scouts and into archers? You think that would have been a little bit better? That would have been a stronger composition than just purely scouts.
I mean, it would have been fine, yes. I mean, either way he plays it, I mean, he's playing it just fine. I mean, his vill count is equal to Palm's right now. Venison and Longhander do have a little bit better ecos at the moment. Camels are taking a decent engagement here, it looked like, against these knights, although those camels did all go down there.
Thanks to the free fortune. Thank you, Magyars.
Yep, I mean, I don't like the Cav Archer play from Mongols at this point. He's not massing them enough to run forward and take a good fight against these knights.
He's losing them in small numbers. He needs to get enough up to make a real big difference. And he's getting Thumb Ring right now. It's a good, right choice. I'm gonna prioritize Thumb Ring if you're going Cav Archer.
Yep, lots of crossbows here for Cheap though now, so he could head out and do quite a bit of damage with those. I mean, camels do, or Indians do get that additional pierce armor, but it's not the greatest. Some light cav are in on the gold of Palm here. Going to grab a few villager snipes, which is quite a nice maneuver here. A few knights there will clean that up, but a lot of vills go down, at least 6 thus far. Looks like he will lose at least 1 more, maybe, you know, still have a light cav in there to raid things about. So
looks like Palm is going to return the favor, sending his knights into Longhander's base.
He is, but there are a lot of camels there, so he shouldn't lose as much if he reacts. But he is not reacting. He's not garrisoned his town center, so he's actually going to end up with a better exchange here by far.
Oh yeah. And it looks like Venison is over here, gonna do some more damage to Palm. Gonna break in, and I think he has decent Cat Archer numbers.
Yeah, but I don't think it's enough. I mean, he can hit and run all day, but he's not going to be able to stick around here for too long. Although, that said, knights are just passing. Not exactly ideal either. So,
Not sure what was happening right there. Just
yeah.
gonna walk past each other, it's like truce, and then they're getting ready to fight.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting to hit and run here, which is what he's going to have to do. Even with this Mongol faster firing, it just feels so slow nowadays compared to how it was before. So I really
Yeah.
just don't like the Cav Archer play. I would have much rather seen, I mean, even Camel from the Mongol player I feel like would be better than these Cav Archers right now.
It's only where they shine in late game. But I'm surprised Longhander did not see the one Vil building the TC in the middle from Palm.
Oh
Would have
yeah,
jumped on
Cheap
that would have
could
been
kill a
amazing.
lot of camels right here in the mid right now. Camel's just running past, just going down here with all those crossbows doing the damage. Palm does have a 1 town center TC coming up in the mid, so players are going to start to shift there as they run out of gold.
And I'm upset that Longhander did not use his scouts to snipe that one Vil. They ran right past it.
Yeah, but they are going to get 4 Vil kills, it looks like at
Oh.
least. And he runs into the camels at the same time as the knights chase. So this is a pretty decent attack here. I mean, Vil count for Palm is down to 35 or 37.
30,
sorry.
37.
So that's not
man.
exactly great. Hitch, man, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for gifting a sub to Night Noble.
Gift sub hype.
Absolutely, thank you, thank you.
Now, like, I had like freaked out here when that one Vil was getting attacked by a lion, but I didn't remember its Magyar bonus is to kill wildlife with one hit.
Very true, very true.
Vil was low HP, by the way, too.
Yeah, I mean, the crossbows are going to be all the way over here with Palm's base now. Cav Archers are going to run forward over here and try to do something against Cheap's base, but I don't think they're going to accomplish much with a few crossbows being there as well.
Yep.
I mean, nonetheless, though, the ecos are a bit of a disaster. I mean, obviously Palm has lost quite a bit with these raids here, being a good 20 Vils behind everyone else for the most part. And Cheap is at 59 Vils, so they are a little bit behind in the villager count as a team. Longhander is playing this pretty well with Indians, I think. Just full camel numbers. He's got, looks like all the upgrades for him thus far, and he does have a Mangonel out. Forward castle for Cheap in the middle, though. So if that goes up, he will secure his team a very nice position here.
Yep. Gold, stone, and just mid patrol. And
yeah,
they have
he
not
has
gone mid
49
yet
crossbows too. So
and all those Cav Archers are just gonna get melted there. Oh man.
Yep, he's doing a really good job with those. I mean, I question the choice myself, but I mean, obviously his KD is 24 to 17, so he's doing quite good at the moment.
Kados. Looks like a Longhander wants to get inside here.
Yep. Or Cadius, Kados, I butcher your name all the time, I apologize. But yeah, I don't think the mid's all that important, except for the fact that they're all running out of gold now. So, I mean, it's not really that early. I mean, obviously there is some gold still here for Cheap. Palm, on the other hand, he still has a few tiles as well.
Is that a Jenny I see? It's one Jenny all by himself. Is he planning to make them?
I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world if he goes Janissary at this point.
Then again, there are a little questionable, but okay. This Mangonel will probably get cleaned up, and maybe he can get a good shot off. Nope, he's not paying attention with the mango.
He also just killed a bunch of his own camels with that last shot, so...
Oh, yeah, and those camels are weak from the Mangonel, and those camels will probably die. He wants to get in, and might get in with a few camels, but they're gonna get clean. Actually, nope, he just... Never mind. 2 camels will get in, the other 6 are probably gonna die.
Yeah, really unfortunate there for him. I mean, these Cav Archers numbers are quite good now for Venison, which is really nice for him, but, I mean, he keeps losing them in small increments, and that is hurting him quite a bit.
Alright, looks like Longhander's now getting on in mid. And I think Venison should join him as well.
Yeah, I mean, the main reason for this now is they're going to be running out of gold. Trade isn't going to be all that good with these map gens right now. No one's controlling any of the corners of the map. I mean,
Yep.
each player has one corner technically, but that trade isn't going to be that good. It's pretty short there, actually. Turk crossbows, I mean, there's tons of crossbows, and he's actually going to outrange his town center, so this could be really good for his team to take that out. The camels are trying to loop around, though. Cav archers are coming as well, so they could take a really big engagement here. Potentially going to be see the biggest fight of the game, but there's not enough cav archers in my opinion.
Yeah. He has enough to one-shot the cav archers.
Yep. Gonna have to run. Janissary is also severely outranging the town center here, so
that range is gonna go into play here.
Yep. Fight's gonna come in here very soon, and I mean Palm and Sheep just have such more numbers here as far as crossbows go. Also significantly cheaper, so even a trade at this point would be quite a significant win for Cheap and Palm. And I think that's what we're seeing. Mangonel shot does come in, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It will go down very quickly here. Camels are all cleaned up, and a few cav archers go down in the process as well. Now this is where they need to put their foot on the gas, and they need to keep pushing here. They really need to get some damage in on Longhander, and I think that's what they're planning to do here. So that should be quite nice.
There is a Mangonel queued into the workshop. That could be a big shot there. Sheep noticed that too. He really should not have his archers in position there.
Yep, absolutely.
So close to the workshop. If he pops out with that, that would be a huge loss. Well, not too bad, but still, one good shot could kill half of those archers, or a decent portion of them. Okay, he notices and he's walking away.
Yep, and like Hitch says in chat, Golden Pit is definitely more about judging the mid-transition than the importance of the gold. I agree completely. It's just, at this point now, you know, we're going to see Longhander and Venison struggle to have any sort of control in the mid. I think their transition may have been a little bit late, but I really just think that the choice to go Mongol Cav Archers here is really hurting them.
It's not a bad idea, but then again, you have to mass them up, and it's hard to warrant the reason for them if you don't have like a special bonus for them in like Castle Age or something.
Well, he's not hitting and running very well. I mean, he's just trying to get a surround on these knights here, which he's going to be able to clean them up, but yeah, you know, at what cost here?
That Ram will just go in to die along with the others.
Yep, nice Mangonel shots going to come in here, so some crossbows will go down.
Yep, and actually Venison's going to get kicked off the gold here.
Yeah, we do have a lot of Janissaries coming forward here as well for Cheap, as he is almost in the Imperial Age as well. I think we could see some Bombard cannons in the middle to secure some ground.
Bombards, climb the Jannies. Pretty strong combo. It's, mostly because there's not going to be any strong archer presence here from any of the other team here.
Yeah, I mean, the Cav Archer's just getting destroyed right now. That was a massive loss.
Up too. That's going to be immediate Dow Castle.
Yeah, the Cav Archers all go down. Imp here for Cheap. I mean, yeah,
and
GG.
is calling, and so is the GG.
I think that's the right move. They lost far too much position with that fight that they just took. I mean, how many Cav Archers just died right there?
Oh, I didn't even notice that there's a double Dow Castle from Longhander because of the Jannies.
It looks like one was deleted actually, and he was going for another one too. Jeez. So 3 Doubt Castles within a few minutes of each other. That's pretty rough, guys.
And here I was thinking the Janny play was going to be bad just because of Mongols having such strong archer units.
But the Mongols didn't go but for the most expensive unit, and potentially, I think one of the worst units they could go for in this situation.
I think they should have just gone crossbow, honestly.
I agree.
Crossbow would have been perfectly fine.
I agree. I mean, Mangadai obviously would have been killer if it had gone to late game and they had some sort of control with some castles, but we never got to late game, so I mean, they had the advantage too. I mean, even still they have, you know, they've really had a large advantage in villagers. Venison just lost a bunch on the gold, bunch on that castle, but they were rather far behind. I mean, Palm still hasn't fully recovered in this here. He just kept producing military, so some
Yep.
bad fights, I think, for Venison and Longhander there, but nonetheless, they do pull off a win here. Cheap and Palm, I mean, so, I mean, we'll look at the stats real quick. Yep, Palm's KD was quite impressive. So was Cheap's. You can just tell from the KDs here, the fights were just not good. Not good at
Yeah.
all.
All right, you ready for the last game here?
Well, potentially the last game.
Potentially the last game.
Yeah, it's 2-1 Palm over Cheap now. This is the best of 5. Could come back. No one knows.
I did not. That's oops.
Let's see here.
Procaster here.
So Cheap and Palm take that game. We're going to hide my screen.
Lombardia. Interesting. What do you think's gonna happen here?
Well, I don't know. You're a little ahead of me now, so hold on. Lombardia. I mean, obviously, I would expect to see quite a few scouts. We'll find out here, though.
Maybe some forwards as well.
I'm at
That's gonna be
5
very important in
seconds.
this
Are
map.
you ready?
Let me get 5 seconds here. All right, I'm at 5.
Ready, set, go. All right. Why don't you introduce the civs here this time?
All right, for Palm and Cheap, we have Berbers and Viking. Interesting choices. Well, they're gonna have one civ that's gonna have a strong eco, while one has a discount for military units. And over here for Longhander and Venison, we have Mayans and Lithuanians.
Yep.
Now, I think I do favor Longhander and Venison civs a bit more because they have stronger economies. But over time, or over the course of the game, Palm and Cheap should be able to get their economies rolling, especially Cheap. And just because of how many units Palm could be able to spam out, it should be in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, I really prefer the Berbers Vikings play here. I mean, Longhander and Venison have great civs as well, but the Viking Berbers combo is quite nice. I mean, the eco's just going to get better and better for Cheap, and we're almost guaranteed to see archers from Vikings nowadays. Then Palm, I mean, you're going to see, what, knights? Camels? I can't imagine seeing anything else other than stable units from them. You know, it's...
Maybe you'll see camel archers. It's unlikely, but...
Yeah, I find it very unlikely, honestly. It takes too long to get to. In 4v4s or in arena, camel archers are great, but in even 1v1s, they could be great. But 2v2s, you have to buy a lot of time. And
plus, there's not a civ that has any kind of strong camel archer or cav archer presence here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's always good to see the camel archer unit, but I think, honestly, I think this whole tournament, unique units have proved quite useless. It's been far too fast-paced and far too aggressive to not have military out on the field. And if there is a priority on getting out those units in early feudal and into early castle, you know, players aren't having the time to go for those unique units. And
it looks like Palm is just forgetting about his cow here. You can't do that, man. It's 80 food going down the drain.
Yeah, I mean, he is going to bring in that boar, though, so he'd rather take the boar.
That's free food just disappearing, slowly going away. But yeah, look at just like standard play here. You expect maybe a forward here, or just scouts from home?
I don't expect the forward at all. What I think needs to happen here is obviously early military production. Gonna see a lot of scouts from Lithuanians and from Berbers is at least what I think we should see here. Especially this map generation is kind of towards the corner of a map here, so walling up shouldn't be too difficult, but still to make sure that you have all of that out would be quite good. And yes, as we have God, I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Tilla Pian something. Orange is laming. Cheap is laming. He does have only 12 HP left on his scout, but he is bringing a boar all the way across the map. So that
Oh,
is
he
going
might
to...
lose it. He's probably going to lose it here. And Venison is looking for that boar, but he's probably going to lose it here. Maybe?
No, I
He
think he's
might get it.
fine. It's that hill. If he gets past that hill, he'll get it.
That looks like he's going to be able to get it, but will he still lose the scout? Let's see.
I mean, I don't think it matters that he loses his
Oh,
scout
yeah,
here.
there. Bye-bye, scout.
I mean, that really hurts a Mayan player's eco.
That is true, but then again, there are so many cows on this map, and you also have
Longhander!
access to Han.
Longhander, man, that is an insane name to have in chat, man. I don't even know what to tell you right now. Can we just go with Longhander? Can I just call you Longhander? Is that good?
Please not to confuse the casters.
Oh man, no, it's all good, man. Cheap, what's up, man? Thanks for believing in me. I mean, you had the lame. It was a good lame. You did take a hit there I didn't like, but I mean, you had the lame. And laming a Mayan player is quite effective. I think it was, costly that you're going to lose your scout, but if I had to guess, you're going to probably do more of a fast castle build here than a bunch of archers in feudal. You may produce a few archers in feudal to help with any forward spears or anything, but I would say as Vikings with that eco, an FC is probably the most possible with Vikings on this map. And really any archer civ FC is suitable. Oh, and the trap Palm loses his scout into a lovely trap from Longhander.
Masterpiece. Wonderfully done.
Yep. I'm sad that I missed the actual walls going down, but...
Yeah, me too. Oh man, that would have been awesome to watch.
Yeah, Cheap, that was a super long lane. Longest lane of the tournament right there, for sure. But, I mean, nonetheless, you got it in. Your eco here, if I switch to your POV here, is going to be quite good. You're at 23 vills already, on your way up. Not the fastest up, but with the Viking eco, it's not going to change much. You'll be just fine. And your wall up is pretty clean here. Palm has got a lot more walling to do if he plans on walling up.
And we're going to see a stable from both Palm and Venison, so scouts are going to be coming in. Going to be some scout aggressions from our two calf zibs.
Yeah, I mean, a scout zoo. A scout zoo, that's excellent. I like it. But, yeah, scouts are definitely going to be what we would prefer.
Wait, he has the Vil inside with the scout.
Well, he went into repair. He went into repair and it went in through the gate.
He doesn't.
Oh, no! No, the masterpiece becomes fail.
Masterpiece disaster.
I mean,
right,
the Vil survives at
die.
least. Oh. Yeah, that was a disaster path for sure. I mean, we're going to see scouts come out, though, and I think that's the right play. I'm more interested in what the archer civs are doing. Cheap is going to go for double archery range as well. And then Longhander also double archery range. So we're going to see some military production from them, which isn't a bad thing at all. Lock
Two
up
civs
your
with
zoos. Yes.
Two civs with strong economies and going fast castle with double archer ranges. Very good. Actually, it might be some aggression here in feudal from Cheap here.
Yeah, I mean,
Looking like it.
There's a good chance of aggression. I mean, the thing that we're going to really see is the transition going into Castle Age, as everyone should be walled up here. Palm is doing the right thing by taking his Vil and hitting most of these palisades on his way over, as he does see that he is behind in the scout production at this time.
Good choice from him.
Yep, so he's doing a good
three
job.
scouts alive. But they're all low HP, so they're all going to die.
Yep, but he is technically fully walled, even though those still look like they're not built. So they are fully walled. They're going to be pretty clean behind this. Unfortunately, villager pathing still sucks, and you have 3 villagers stuck on Cheap's gold. That's terrible. Scouts are going to try to do some damage here, but Longhander was considering calling a re on this map. Yeah, I mean, you do have some hills in the front of your base. I do understand that.
Yeah. A game
But
that could be issue.
you did manage to wall those, so I don't hate the map for you, and that could become a very nice castle later. Um, but yeah, the hills are definitely more on the side of Longhander and Venison here. Nonetheless, you know, ecos are looking pretty solid. Palm has the villager lead right now. And we're gonna see, we have archers out yet here? Yeah, we do have a few
They're
archers
massing
here.
up right now. But that'll be
5 for
out.
cheap. Longhander was a little behind, I think, but he's got 3 or
Mark it
4
down.
already as well. It's going to be a very interesting one here, as being so close together, being walled together is great. Oh, the eagle goes down for free here. Scouts are going to come over and take a fight here. They see the spear, though, and decide to run. Still got the 3 scouts from Palm, and let's see, I like what Palm's doing here, though. He's double palisading. He thought he was behind in the production of his scouts, so he halted his production on scouts completely, and he's really just trying to boom.
And I think that's a good choice. You need a strong economy to really pump out those cheap units from Berbers. And
Yeah, I mean,
looks like, is he going to be able to snipe some archers here? He might be able to.
should be able
probably
to.
snipe one.
Gonna have to wait to send those forward. He didn't take a good engagement though, so now the other archers and the spear should come forward. And yeah, he should run from this engagement, I think.
Should have jumped on that a little earlier.
Venison does have, what, 7 scouts out on the field as compared to only the 3 from Palm. So you're going to see Castle Age is already on its way here for Venison. And again, the double palisade walls here from Venison, I think that's an excellent move. You are doing shorter walls to wall up here as a team wall, and double the help there is quite effective, but I just don't see the fights doing well yet for you guys, so it's a little bit...
They're just walking past each other?
Yeah, a little bit concerning. You guys aren't patrolling. Interesting choice, but we do have quite a few archers here for Longhander as well. And, I mean, the hill, even though the hill could be a problem, I mean, you could also just defend that hill when it comes down to it, so that might end up being a pretty favorable position. Everyone on their way to Castle Age now. Longhander is a bit behind, but Longhander has done a really good job of staying in this one after losing so much early with that lane coming his way. I mean,
seeing bloodlines from Palm.
We also have Wheelbarrow on its way for Longhander, so I mean it's a pretty big investment at this point, but you don't have the res to go up. You do have a pretty solid villager count to get Wheelbarrow. And I don't believe anyone else has Wheelbarrow yet, so...
Other than,
well, except for the Vikings. But free upgrade, OP. That's all.
And we're going to see some camels here. We're just going to see knights first. Okay, alright.
Yeah, I think this hill actually ends up helping Longhander out here, as he's able to push those archers back at this time. I think that's not a bad position at all. Only 2 stable production thus far for those knights.
Looks like Longhander's probably going to take a decent fight here. Gets control of the hill.
Yeah, the scouts coming in there definitely helped out a lot. It'd be helpful if this other scout would run in there and take a fight too, but I mean, taking very nice trades here before the upgrades come in as well. Killing these is actually quite nice here because
very good.
He is behind in Castle Age, so killing all those before upgrades come in is quite nice.
And looks like he's on triple range production. I like that.
Yeah, triple range is very nice. It's going to be
very good. It's a rare way to keep up with Mayans. But he's going to switch to Eagles. Interesting. I mean, I would have been fine with just standard archer play from Mayans, but feels more comfortable with Eagles, and that's all good. You know, how do you feel about that?
I mean, depending on what Venison can produce here, Eagles and the Knights from Lithuanians, if they get the relics, could actually take decent engagements. The archers will be rendered pretty useless if he gets enough upgrades on those. But I really think that nowadays, unless you're doing a very big boom into Eagles, it doesn't make sense to make the switch quite so early, and he's going really heavy as 4 barracks are coming up.
That's a huge investment there.
Yeah, that is
So I think at least
massive.
three barracks should be fine instead of 4. And Venison's gonna get cleaned up here. Does he does not have the numbers to compete with Berbers?
Yeah, Berber's cheap knight spam is insane. It's quite effective and quite good. Crossbows are going to come forward here, not going to be able to do much there. We'll be able to get through this palisade here before too long, but there will be some Eagle Scouts out. Unfortunately, he has queued the Eagle Warrior upgrade behind a few Scouts here, even though he has
And
4
Venison
barracks.
probably sent a Veil out forward. I don't know what that Veil was doing. May have been a misclick or, you know, the TC's issue with placing the gather point in a random location. But yeah, that stable is gonna go bye-bye. Is he gonna get a conversion? He might. I think he should still... Maybe we should back off here. He's gonna lose 1 knight. Maybe just keep on the pressure here. Has he... Okay, he's still on 2 stable production.
Yeah, I mean,
How do you think this is gonna go? That stable is gonna go down, I think.
yeah, I mean, it's gonna actually stay up. It looks like they've got the hole. They're gonna try to get in there and try to save
And
those
Cheap is
crossbows.
trapped here, actually.
There's
Palm is coming in right now to help.
it's not a bad engagement, but the Berber knights are massed so much more. Even with losing these crossbows, I mean, Eagle Warrior upgrade did just come in there, so it makes them a little bit better. But the Berber numbers will be superior still here.
Eagle Pike would have been fine, but I feel like maybe even Archer Pike would have been even better, honestly.
Yeah, I think the I don't know, the Eagles are great. I love Eagles. I just think you need so much time to mass them, and even against crossbows, without all the upgrades at this point, they're going to go down very quickly.
Yep. And keep in mind, Cheap is on triple range production. He's going to be able to keep up those Archer numbers, too.
Yep. Unfortunately, again, the engagements just aren't going very well, and I mean, this is a pretty deadly force here. There's very exposed villagers here for Longhander. I mean, if these gold vills go down, this could be the game right here.
Yeah, that could be, and these wood bills are all going to die, too. And a TC most likely going to get denied.
Lost. Yep. Oh.
It's already looking over right now.
Yeah, I mean, they took some really good fights there. I mean, Palm and Sheep were able to get in. They did do a lot of damage already, and they continue to do damage because there's just not military numbers from Venison and Longhander at this point.
Yeah, and it's... Let's check Longhander's will count right now. 26. He is pretty much out of this game.
Yeah, I think the Eagle switch was just too early. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think it's such an investment to go 4 barracks. I mean, and then you have to get your upgrades on top of that. I mean, the military numbers are really out of hand. It's 23 for Palm, 10 for Cheap, and only 9 combined for Venison and Longhander at this point.
Combined, Venison and Longhander only have 60 bills.
Yeah, and we have a forward castle incoming for Cheap, it looks like here, with 9 vills sitting outside those archery ranges. More vills will go down here for Venison. I think it's pretty safe to say that this one here is going to end very soon.
And this is what Doubt likes to do. He likes to put a castle in your face and say, get out of my game, it's over, I'm ready to go to the next set.
Yeah, there are tons of knights here for Palm. That castle will go up, and that will just render so much useless in these bases here.
Palm is on triple stable production now, and it works with Berbers. It's so many knights out.
Yep,
Most
and they're so
will struggle
cheap.
to keep up with this.
Yep, I did mention it was a good spot for a castle at the beginning of the cast. You are correct. It is an excellent spot for a castle. Denies gold, I mean the stone, the berries. I didn't think it'd be this early in the game, but yeah, it looks like there's not going to be any way back either. I mean, up to 30 vills Longhander is, but 27 military for Palm now, and he's just going to keep cleaning things up. They'll be able to take town centers out with this here very soon.
think the GG should be coming in here soon. I mean, Longhander just got back up to 30 pop, but he's still so low
Yeah,
on
GG
everything.
comes
There's
in.
the GG.
I mean, well played from everyone. I mean,
Yep.
lots of good things there, guys.
Lots of fun.
Absolutely. We'll take a quick look at the statistics here, but I think it's pretty one-sided at this point. Military production just was outdone there, and well played from everybody. Thank you to
No?
Longhander and Venison for participating in the event. Hope to see you guys around the Discord still for a while. Congratulations to Palm and Cheap, as you guys will be moving on to the semifinals. Um, but I'm gonna make this pretty quick, guys, because I have a kid awake and not having a good time right now. So,
Oh man, I want to talk about
GG.
this game too.
Good luck next, guys, and I will catch you guys again soon. And yeah, guys, look forward to the semifinals that should be played this weekend. You guys have a good night.